Okay, here is our last example. If you want to hit pause and give it a go, feel free, and then come back and watch the rest of this video and take it in little chunks and take it in pieces. But I'm going to go ahead and start talking about it here. It says to write the parabola in vertex form. So before I gave you vertex form, or I gave you an equation, and I asked you to find the vertex, the focus, the directrix. But now we have other types where I give you those key features, and you work backwards and tell me what the equation is. So it's just being fluent in all this math and being able to go back and forth and use all of these skills intertwined together. So where I love to start these is to just draw a little sketch of all the information. Then I can kind of decide, is it side opening? Is it top opening? Which formulas do I use? And kind of go from there. So let's look at that. It says it has a vertex of 3, 2. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Okay. And then it has a focus at 3, 1 1/2. So 1, 2, 3, 1 1/2. Not all the way up to 2. It's actually a little bit less. So we have that bottom one is our focus. That top one is our vertex. That's already kind of showing me this is going to be a bottom opening parabola. Remember, the focus is always inside of our parabola, so that's what it has to be. So from here, now I can kind of say, okay, so if it is a bottom or top opening parabola, our vertex form, what our equation should end up looking like, is y equals a x minus h squared plus k. So I drew a sketch based on the information. Then I kind of ascertained or decided, is it top opening or side opening? Once I've decided that, I just put the skeleton equation here. This is what we're going to fill in, values for a, h, and k, and then we're done. That's our equation. So we already know 2 of these, h and k. That's the vertex. Vertex was given to me. So I can put that here. I can say, well, y equals a x minus h squared plus k. Not too bad. Next piece, I'm probably going to have to use the focus. Okay, so the focus is over here. Our formula for finding the focus for a top or bottom opening parabola was h, k plus 1/4a. That was just our little formula. H is 3, so h is 3. That doesn't really do anything for me. But this point right here, this coordinate, 1 1/2, that is going to be equal to k plus 1/4a. And we know what k is. Leaving us the only variable we have left is a, and figure out what a is. So for us, it's going to be 2 plus 1/4a. This is going to be the y-coordinate of our focus. Well, we already know what the y-coordinate of our focus is. It's 3/2. I'm going to change that to 3/2 right now. 3/2. And now we just solved that little equation. Okay, so we solved that little equation. This is 4/2. I'll subtract that to the other side. So 3/2 minus 4/2 is -1/2. Flip the fractions, cross multiply, divide, whatever you want to do. I'm going to say 2 equals -4a. I cross multiplied. And then I'm going to divide by a -4. If I divide by a -4, I get a equals -1/2. So we can come back up to our skeleton equation. Now that we know what a is, y equals a x minus h squared plus k. And we're dancing. That's our answer. Okay. Notice again that the fact that a was negative just came out in our arithmetic. We didn't, yes, it does open down. So it kind of gives us a clue that are we doing it right? If you draw a picture like this, but you got an a value that was positive, you know you did something wrong. I would go back and check your work. But it all kind of lines up. We drew our picture and knew that a should be negative. I went through and did my arithmetic, and I got a negative value for a. So that's good. Okay. Here is your stamp I would like you to try. Page 803, 1 through 15, odd. 1 through 15, odd. 29 through 49, odd. 53 and 55. This stamp is not to be taken lightly. This is not an easy stamp. Go through, put honest effort into it, and bring your questions to me either by email, or I'll show up on Wednesday to office hours, or when you come into class, we can go over a couple of them. But we have this first week of all remote, and then we're finally back in person to try to wrap up this math year. That's crazy to say, but we're going to be done here very, very shortly. So we need to finish strong. Put honest effort into this, and then bring your questions to me. Okay, moving on.